So you're having friends over tomorrow?
Yeah.
And we're going to be doing what kind of party?
Handball.
Handball party.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. All right, well, I think we should start cooking in the kitchen together, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
We should probably make some caramel dip for your party. Cool. So we are back in the kitchen. I'm so excited that I get to be cooking with George. Do you remember the first time we tried to cook together, like years ago?
Yeah.
Was that fun? Mm-hmm. Yeah? And now we actually get to make something together, just you and I. So we're going to make caramel dip. Do you think you've made anything or tasted anything like this?
No.
No? We're definitely going to be doing a healthy version of caramel dip because the way that people normally make caramel is just by essentially carefully burning sugar.
Yeah.
Do you know that's how they get the caramel flavor?
No.
Right? So that's the normal way. We're going to do it the more healthy, more fun, more easy way.
Yeah.
Good idea? Mm-hmm. Because it's smarter to do things the easy way, isn't it?
Yeah.
The fun way, the easy way, but also the healthy way. Okay, so we're going to need to measure about half a cup of cashew butter. Any ideas what cashew butter is made out of?
Cashews.
Right? So it's kind of like peanut butter,
Yeah.
but out of cashews, right? So, can you scoop all of what's left in there? Because we're going to need all of that at least. It's going to need your muscles because it's pretty thick stuff, isn't it? If you need a spoon instead, that might be doable. And we'll put it all into here. Yes, you can do that. Mm-hmm. Okay, and we're going to have to open up another one too. So I'm going to start working on one as well. Okay. Might need to use a knife to open this one. Scoop it all out. Now, if you haven't got cashew butter, you can get away with other butters. But if we really want that coconutty goodness, caramelly goodness, I just was seeing this one. This is actually a blend with coconut butter and cashew butter. So that's another option. You can use coconut butter. You could use macadamia butter for something extra special. Okay, and otherwise, you could probably get a little bit more creative with a slightly different than caramel flavor if you wanted to use more of like a peanut butter and almond butter, but I just find cashew butter is going to make the best taste of caramel. Okay, so have you got every last little morsel out of there? Can you squeeze any more out? Mm-hmm. This stuff
tastes exactly like peanut butter.
But in the cashew form?
Yeah.
Yeah? Nice. So it's going to be nice and rich for our caramel sauce, isn't it? Mm. And this one just had a bit of the oil separate on top, so I'm just giving it a bit of a stir. Okay, so let's see if we can get the equivalent of about 1/4 cup in the bottom of this measuring jug.
That one's more soft.
It is more soft, isn't it?
Yeah.
Still's got a bit of oil in it. So what other kind of cooking do you get to do in the kitchen, George?
Once we made cinnamon popcorn.
Cinnamon popcorn?
Yeah, we put butter and cinnamon on it.
That sounds like fun. And what else?
Once we made pizza dough for pizzas.
That's right. I think we even did that together, didn't we? That's a fun one, isn't that recipe? It's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Now, can you get down level with this and see if we've got 1/4 cup measure down here? See where the 1/4 line is?
Yeah.
Are we pretty much level with that?
Yeah.
Good. Okay. So there's our 1/4 cup of good quality cashew butter. Yeah, you did a really good job. I don't think I can get any more little bits out of there. Might be some hiding in the rim of the jar.
Yeah.
A little bit up there. Sometimes that's best cleaned out with a finger. Do you want to eat it? Yum. Okay, and now we're going to add some tahini to this. Now, tahini is kind of like, well, if that's the butter of the cashew, tahini is the butter of the, any ideas? It comes from a seed. Do you know what seed that might be? You can lick it if you want. This is from the sesame seed. Yeah? So we're going to add another 1/4 cup or so. Probably, I think we're meant to do about 1/2 cup.
We did about half.
Did we do about 1/2?
Yeah.
Good, okay. I was just saying the wrong thing. And we only want then half as much, which is 1/4 cup of tahini. Okay? So maybe in this case, because it might be a bit hard to see, let's maybe use a measuring device.
Yeah.
Okay? So do you want to fill that with the tahini for us, please? Okay, I'll let you pour that in. You might need also the spoon to help it a little bit there.
So just all of this, do we put it all the way?
Yeah, we want it to be nice and full. Yep, all the way to the top. Try not to overflow it. So the reason why we're adding tahini is actually because tahini is really, really high in one of the really good quality minerals that we need. That looks perfect. Well done. Straight into there, and you can scrape it clean with this.
Okay.
Okay, so tahini is really high in calcium. Did you know that?
No.
Like really high in calcium. So some people think that they need to have dairy to have calcium. We can get it from tahini as well. Okay?
What is calcium?
Calcium. Calcium is a mineral. It's really good for building strong bones and strong hair and helping us in lots of other ways in our body. But it's mostly about keeping us nice and strong, keeping the bones nice and strong. So it's a pretty important one, isn't it, as we grow? Especially as you start doing more and more sport, you want your bones to be able to be strong because your muscles are going to be strong on top of them. Yeah? So it's probably a good idea. Now we're going to be using some maple syrup.
This part's yum.
I figured this might be your favorite ingredient to add. Okay, so we're going to start off with that 1/4 cup of maple syrup. If we need to add a touch more, we can, but I'll let you measure that one out.
Yeah, so pour it in.
Yes, and we'll try not to spill that one because it's pretty valuable. Straight from Canada. Yes, good job. Good focus, yep, straight in. And then we're definitely going to use the scraper to scrape all the bits of that out.
It looks so good.
I bet you're going to want to lick that cup, aren't you? Okay. Now the next secret ingredient is lucuma powder. Any ideas what that would come from?
No.
No? Okay, so I'll give you a hint. It grows in South America, and it's a fruit. And it kind of tastes a little bit like, actually it tastes a little bit like caramel when it's a fresh fruit. So it's kind of like the texture of avocado, maybe a bit softer, but it's a bit like caramel. So naturally we want to add it to this so that we get the caramel flavor. Can you do 2 big scoops of that one? Is that a good angle? Okay, and is that level? Do you want to level it off with the back of a knife? Nope, you got a good job there. Okay. Yep, so one of those. One more. There we go. Yeah. Looks good to me.
Fun doing it with your fingers.
Yes, you're right, because you're more connected to the cooking, aren't you? You get to feel it.
I like putting the dry things in and mixing it.
You like doing that?
Yeah.
Well, the mixing is going to be the hardest part, so I'm going to leave that to your muscles. And then we need 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Can you find me the 1 teaspoon measure, please? Oh, that's a little tiny one. It's a bit hard to read on there. We're going to need that one, yes. So we're going to need 2 of those. Can you just hold that over and we'll measure that out? Okay. So there's 1 teaspoon and 2 teaspoons. Good stuff.
Smells good.
Smells so good. Does it smell like caramel already?
Yeah.
Okay. Now some people really like a salted caramel.
Yeah.
We're not going to go quite as far as assaulting. We're not going to assault it. Play on words. We're just going to start off with a little pinch.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe 2 of those. And then we'll taste it after and see what we think.
Yeah.
Okay. That's just going to bring out the flavors. Okay, muscle man.
Mixing
Let's get that spoon. I think we'll probably have to start with a spoon.
Yeah.
And then we'll work with the spatula after that. So we want to try and get this as smooth as possible.
It looks so good.
Okay, and I'm going to let you hold on to that nice and strong. Okay, and while George is doing that, we got to think about what we're going to taste this on. I think George has already picked out his favorite thing we're going to taste this on. What are we going to make with it?
Popcorn!
Popcorn! Okay, we better get that started. So, little did you know, when we're making caramel dip, you're also going to get a popcorn lesson as well. Okay, so we're going to need a big pot. Going to have to get ready to turn that on. Not just yet. It's going to be funny with me. Come on.
I'll use a spatula now. After.
Yep.
Just get
Nearly there.
a little bit.
Okay, so here's a quick little impromptu lesson on how to make popcorn. We want to put some popcorn in the bottom of the pan. We don't want to use too much, so we just want to make sure that we've got no more than 1 layer deep on the bottom of the pan, but a bit less would be good too. Do you want the big spatula or the little one? Oh,
The big one.
We'll use the big one. So it's a bit hard to demonstrate, but you only want one layer of popcorn in the bottom of the pot, okay? Nothing more than that, otherwise it'll probably overflow in your pot, believe it or not. And then we're gonna need a safe high heat oil. So this could be a cooking coconut oil, or in this case, we're gonna use a grapeseed oil, okay? So we're just gonna put a fair bit of oil in the bottom, but a little bit in there, just enough to coat each of the seeds. Okay, that should be plenty.
Smells so good.
That is looking amazing. And I can see you're working out all the little lumpies. Good stuff. Okay, that's it. We put the lid on and we crank it up to full heat. It needs to go high heat all at once. Otherwise it's not going to be quite enough to pop these popcorns.
That should be.
That is looking so yum. Pretty easy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's scrape all these little bits from the spoon in there. Yum! Can you scrape these ones in
Yeah.
with the scraper? There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, should we have a little preliminary taste?
Yeah.
Didn't have to tell you twice, did I?
Tastes so good.
So good? Does it need anything?
Tastes a bit sour.
Sour. I wonder if you're picking up on maybe the tahini flavor.
Yeah.
A little bit nutty almost. Is it nutty? I wouldn't say it's. Would you say it's sour or nutty?
Sour.
A bit sour?
Yeah.
Okay. So why don't we try, because we didn't add the full amount of maple syrup.
Yeah.
So why don't we add the full amount of maple syrup? We need another 2 tablespoons of that. And we'll see how that goes for George's palate. The big ones, tablespoons. Oh, we might have some action here.
Oh yeah, this one.
No, you're right, this one. 2 of those guys. Quick, we gotta be quick. All right, 1 and 2. Okay, stir that in again and we'll taste it again.
Yeah.
So giving it just a little gentle swirl. Doesn't need much. And then now that it's popping, the trick is to listen for when the popping slows down so that there's a 2-second gap between pops. And then we take it straight off the heat and into the bowl, otherwise it might burn.
Do you think it's too watery?
The caramel dip?
Yeah.
No, I think that looks good because we need to be able to make it drizzleable. Is that a word? Oh,
Yeah. Let's taste it.
I heard a gap. Whew, popcorn.
It tastes so good. That's like normal caramel.
Is that better now?
Yeah.
Okay. There's our popcorn. We had a little bit of burn bits on the bottom. That doesn't normally happen. Must have been a thin bottom on the pot.
Okay. Babysitter has a popcorn machine, so whenever she comes over, we make popcorn.
Ah. Yeah, that one, I think that one, because it's induction too, that one might have got a little bit hot on us. Normally it warms up a little bit slower than that. Okay, so we had this non-dairy milk in case we wanted to make that a little bit more runny still, but you think that's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And I don't know about you, but personally, I'd like to try it with a little slice of apple.
Okay.
So we can do like a little apple sandwich, apple caramel sandwich.
Some of my friends at my party might like it with apple.
Okay. So we could just spoon it on, or we could squish it on. Would that be more fun?
Yeah.
Okay, so how are we going to fill this thing? We might need a butter knife. Oh,
I got a.
can you get one?
There's some butter
Okay,
knives.
you get a butter knife and we'll work on that. Perfect. Thank you. Okay. Now, you did such a good job at getting rid of any of the lumps in there. That's perfect. I wonder if I can maybe get a stream of that going in here. Whoa.
That's going in. So good. It's not spilling. It's so watery. And
That's perfect. Because we can even take this and, whoa. We can even heat it up a little bit to make it even smoother.
Yeah.
And even more drizzly. And my gosh, can you imagine like dipping fruit at a party into caramel sauce like this? Oh, can we do it? Whoa!
we might need a spoon.
We might need a spoon now, hey?
Yeah.
Okay. Try and like pack it down. Oh, you got the little drippy? I think it'll be better if we pack it down. Oh, now we gotta scrape the spoon off.
There.
Okay, just give it a little tap, tap, tap. You just wanted more on your fingers, didn't you? Busted. Okay, probably doesn't need to be super full, does it?
No.
Okay. We don't want to waste any, so those will go in after. Okay, so we'll tidy up the edges, put the lid on, and then...
Don't you think that's a bit too full?
It could be a bit too full, you're right. Let's get rid of some of those air pockets, hang on. Gotta try and burp it. See, there's air pockets in there.
Yeah.
Let's take it a little bit.
It just won't come down.
Okay. We'll put the lid on.
And I hope it doesn't spill out.
Well, we might have to just hold it just in case. We'll have to screw that in pretty well. It's hard when everything's slippery, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sticky, slippery, but yummy and caramelly.
There.
There, is that good?
Yeah.
Okay, now you might need to go and get a little bowl so we can put some popcorn in it and
Yeah.
drizzle caramel over. Okay, look at this. Okay, I'll let you do the honors because the wonderful George has made us some caramel dip. Let's see how it goes in this squishy bottle. You might just need to hold the lid with your fingers as you squish. There you go. This will be the ultimate test. Oh, it's working. You got all the lumps out. Oh my goodness, sticky caramel popcorn. Did it work? Oh, or do we have a leak?
Yeah.
Let's flip it over. Wowzers.
Well,
It got a little bit, you got too strong for it, didn't you? That's okay, it just means you get to start eating the popcorn because now you're already sticky. There you go. So maybe before you totally devour this bowl, you can say to everyone, hey guys, check out my caramel dip.
it's so good.
Ready?
Look at my caramel dip.
George made caramel dip, and I hope you guys can too. Thanks, George. Now you can enjoy it. It's going to be nice and sticky. What do you think?
Wow.
Yum?
It's really good.
Pass the George test. High five. Yes, stick and all. Can we cook again together sometime?
Yeah.
Thank you. That was fun.